So today we're going to talk about a few different defenses you can use in boxing. Okay, this can go for amateurs. This can also go for starting pros that are not confident in their defense skills. Okay, so the best defense, hands down, for any fighter is just to do a step back. Okay, why is that? Well, simply put, that you're going out of the range of your opponent. So whatever punches or combos he's trying to throw at you, you already left the parameter. You know, you left the box, the circle. So you left his circle, and boom, you just step out, and he can throw anything. And after you step out, then you can pivot, or stepping out, then you can, move out. Whichever way you want, you can move out, left to the right, to his inside, to the outside. That's the number one best defense for all boxers. This could be with your hands up. You could just step back, move, or you could just even hands down, step back, move, move, move. Now, the other defense that I recommend, and which I used to use in my fighting days, would be the lead hand out. Okay, always out. So if somebody's throwing a jab at you, let's say, like trying to counter your lead hand sticking out, and they try to jab at you, you can just push the glove up and then come in yourself, or you could just push away. So when somebody's whatever, they could be throwing any punch at you, as long as you have your hand out, you're also blocking it, right? So if they're gonna try to throw a jab and a hook, for example, you got your hand out, you grab the jab, you touch their jab, and when they're about to throw a hook, you could just step back at the same time, or just boom, like this, and then come with your own. That's one. So lead hand being out. Okay, always on the forefront, always catching the other person's punches, moving back at the same time, blocking, keeping out, bam, and coming in. The third, and my personal favorite one, is the Philly shell, but it's the Mayweather shell. Okay, because Philly shell is a little different than the Mayweather shell. The Mayweather shell has its own benefits. It's literally the Philly shell, but 3 times better, 10 times better, because it has this one trick that many people do not notice. And I don't know how they don't notice it. They notice the other things that Mayweather usually does, which is in the pocket, put his elbow out to the opponent's throat and throw a right hook. Instead of that, you're in a Philly shell. Okay? When somebody can throw a 1-2, let's say, for example, people would usually, in the Philly shell, try to roll with the punch like this, right? And then once you roll, they would get hit with another punch on their forehead, right? The whole point is not to get hit. That's the name of the game. It's a sweet science. That's what defense should be about. Hit and don't get hit back, okay? Or get less damage as possible. So instead of rolling and getting hit on the forehead, okay, the best thing you could do it. Sweat went in my eye, god damn it. So the way to do the Mayweather shell, you're in the Philly position, in the Philly shell. When somebody's throwing a 1 or a 2, it can even be a hook, but you have to time it right. That's why you have to be practicing and training for your sport. When they're gonna throw, you base your weight on your back foot, so you're ready to go back, to lean, to even pivot while leaning. It just depends, okay? So you're prepared with the back foot, right? The weight is mostly distributed on your back foot. And this is also to see better. So when somebody's throwing something, or they telegraph a punch and they're about to throw it, you just do this. Simple movement. Elbow lifts. That's it. Elbow lifts. You see that? That's it. Now, if you want to take it further down, you can do elbow lift and roll at the same time. So it could be like this. Boom. So you're pushing their punches away. Boom. Okay? Boom, boom. Because the instinct is, if somebody's going to throw straight punches, they're going to come with hooks after, if they cannot catch you with straight punches. So boom for the straight punches, and boom for the hooks. Also the hooks like this. Okay, now this takes a lot of practice to train the Mayweather shell, but if you get it down packed, it's one of the best defenses in my opinion. Besides the Mayweather defense, then we have the Mexican. I mean, they so call it Mexican because Mexicans just have their hands up, and this is the classical defense you learn when you're a beginner. Okay, you put your hands on your temples, not on your chin, because having them on your chin, I've seen a lot of people, they fight like this. The coaches supposedly teach them to fight like this, and they're eating punches consistently on their forehead, and that's brain damage. Brain damage for what? Nobody's paying you, you're paying the gyms, and you're wasting your own money. Don't waste your health, okay? Be smart when you're training, guys. And if there's a coach telling you train like this is better for you, it's not better for you. If you get damaged, your coach is gonna disappear and he's gonna find another fighter. That's what they always do. This is a proven fact. So take care of your own health and of your own training, and pick a good coach. I also offer coaching, boxing coaching online, in person, so if anybody's interested, please let me know. But anyway, the fourth defense tactic is hands on your forehead, on your temples. Okay, so you're like this, correct? Now when you're like this, the benefit is that you're gonna see the punches, and basically nothing's gonna break the guard unless the other person is slick, or unless you just literally just stay like that. So if you're staying like this, you also have to be moving, right? Move, 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 you know? Move, you know? The downside to this is why I personally don't really use it. Very rarely I'll use this defense. The downside is you're gonna get punched. No matter what, you're gonna absorb your gloves are gonna absorb most of the punch, but you're still gonna get the damage. I've been in many sparrings where I tried to do this close up, you know, close in the pocket, and I've gotten punched, and then after the sparring, my eyes were busted up. They were like this, okay? So you do get damage, but the good thing is the chance of you getting knocked out from this defense is very hard, okay? Also, another tip for this defense, for the temple forehead defense, okay? What you can do also, temple defense, you can protect your body easier, okay? But an advantage to this is if you have your hands a little bit in front like this instead of right on your head like this gives the illusion to the opponent that they can break your guard, okay? That it's easy to break your guard. But when they're more in front like this, let's say, they're gonna hit your gloves, correct? You have more time to throw the punch, and it's also closer to your opponent when it's like this rather than being like this. So if you're like this, they're punching the gloves and they're thinking that they're getting through to your head. And as they're punching your gloves, okay, like this, boom, boom, you can come with a counter. This is just mostly like a illusion, a trick that you can play with your opponent, because they're gonna think your hands are gonna be like this and that they're hitting your face. But meanwhile, your gloves are actually more to the front. Just a slight forward of the gloves, okay? And this is a very big tip and trick you can use when using this defense here. So guys, I hope this helped. For any further videos, any info, any specific boxing videos you guys want me to do, please comment down below. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helped.